Hi, how you doing? My name is Maury Van, and my STEM presentation will be on growing old and living longer. Now, when I first chose this topic, I thought that it would be an easy topic. That obviously we're obviously we're not living longer, and if we're not living no longer, we obviously aren't getting old. And, thought it was going to be cut and dry, but then as I did research, I actually found out that I was wrong. We're actually are living longer. But then as I got deeper in my research, I realized that it's really all about how you look at it. So first, let's start off by talking about why is this controversial. This is controversial because so many people have so many different opinions about this, and nobody really knows the truth if they haven't looked it up, and if they have looked it up, they haven't looked up both sides of it. So first, let's talk about the six living generations that we have. So the first generation would be Generation GI. And Generation GI are people born from 1901 to 1926, and these people are children of World War One and were fighters in World War Two. And these people were real hardcore government friendly and were very loyal to their country. The next generation after that would be the mature slash silent generation. And this generation were people that were born from 1927 to 1945. And these were the Korean and Vietnam War generation babies. And they were real corporation friendly, really into their jobs, always went out to get jobs and stuff like that. And people that retired from this generation were the richest retirees in history. The generation after that would be the baby boomers, and these are people born from 1946 to 1964. And this generation partied. They were very self-centered, all about them, and had a bunch of children. Thus, the name baby boomers. The generation after that is Generation X, which is people born between 1965 and 1980. Now, these people were very individualistic and entrepreneur, and the other generations didn't understand them because they wanted to open their own business. They didn't want to work for the government or anybody else. So they're the one who really started the whole "I'm about to start my own business" theme that's going on in America today. The next generation after that is Generation Y, also known as the Millennium Generation, and these are people born between 1981 and 2000, which is my generation. And this generation has an enormous academic pressure on them, because we know how today's society is and how you basically can't do anything without a degree anymore. And this generation is feeling the bulk of it. And the last generation, well, the sixth generation, is Generation Z, which are people born after 2001. And these are real techie. People born in this generation are real techie. 35% of them have video games. 61% of them have television in their rooms, and they're really into technology. And now that we know that, I'm going to focus on the baby boomer era and the most recent era, which is Generation Z. So when we look at it from this aspect of why people aren't living longer and things like that, the baby boomers lived life expectancy was 83. So they they were they would meet a okay age, but now the life expectancy rate as it went forward dropped down to 70 in Generation X. Yeah, in Generation X it dropped down to 70. So that was a huge decline, and when you look at it from that perspective of the life expectancy going from 83 from the baby boomers to 70 to Generation X, well, yeah, we have made an enormous decrease. But then once you look at it in the other perspective, in Generation Z, the life expectancy is 78.7. So then it goes back up. So that's why it's so hard to make an argument with, saying that we're not living this long and things of that nature, because once you look at it from the baby boomer to Generation X era, you're right. We're not, like, it dropped dramatically. But once you look at it from the Generation Z perspective, Generation X from Generation Z perspective, then yeah, we're actually living longer. So that's why that's so hard to combat it. And what who are the stakeholders in this? And I would say, me personally, I feel like everybody is. Everybody should be invested in this. Everybody should be interested in this, because this is predicting how long you're going to live by what's going on in the world. But I would say, but the main investors would be the athletes, the people that always work out, people who are really into health and fitness. Those are the people that are really invested in it. But also another reason why we aren't living as long is because of all the bad food that we're exposed to. The FDA has cut their standards down, so now we're not getting quality food anymore. And then our government is allowing companies to go over and get their food regulated by China and sent over here. So now China has little to no standards as far as what type of meat and stuff is processed, and bringing that over here, we aren't used to that. Our bodies aren't used to that. So we're getting bad quality food, and nobody's really saying anything, and this is causing obesity, because when you look at it from the baby boomers era, they grew almost all of their food. They made almost all of their food, and they're really health concerned. And now everybody's just on the go, stopping at McDonald's, Burger King, and every place else. And now even at these convenience stores or grocery stores, they aren't selling real beef, because they got their stuff regulated by China, or if they did go through FDA to get it approved, FDA standards aren't as high as they used to be anymore. Um, that's causing obesity, and it is a fact that obesity causes you to die at a younger age. So that's another reason why we're not living this longer. But the future holds something. I believe the future holds something special, because as I was reading in the chapters that we did actually about transhumanism, I did a bunch of research in that chapter because I was very interested in it. I actually found out that in the transhumanism process, that they're actually going to use technology to make us live longer, along with having us smarter, stronger, and everything else. So technology is moving so fast that they'll probably be able to clean the food or the unhealthy beef and make it healthy. And then, like, they really don't have any choice but to give us what they have to give us, because there's not enough food and a bunch of people. So it's kind of hard. It's like I understand it, but it's still unacceptable to me. So as far as transhumanism, they're actually gonna well, I'm not, well, they're actually trying to, somewhere in the distant future, to basically put a computer chip in our head of sorts, and basically make us, like I was saying, stronger, faster, smarter, and basically be able to access Google from our head. And also in that process, we'll be able to live longer, and we'll basically be human computers. Um, my personal opinion about it all is that I feel like we shouldn't use technology to that level. I feel like we need to come up with better ways to eat, find food, keep clean food, stay healthy, work out, stay in the gym, and things of that nature, to keep us living longer and growing older. Because at the end of the day, that's the key: working out and taking care of your body. But that's just me. But realistically speaking, how technology is moving, I think transhumanism going to is going to happen. It's going to happen. But in conclusion, and growing old and living longer is all about how you see it. If you look at it from a baby boom to Generation X, or even baby boom from Generation Z perspective, because it's still 83 to 78, that's still a decrease. But but that's one way to look at it. But if you say, okay, that's too far back in the past, I want to look at it from Generation X to Generation Z, then we're actually doing pretty good. And I'm gonna actually quote something from the Times magazine from Alexandra Steflin, July 29th, 2013, and it says, and I quote, in 2010, the average life expectancy rose from 78.6 years in 2009 to 78.7 in 2010. So, and unquote. So, when you look at it in that, just in that year, it rose by 0.01%, and I'm sure it's probably not going to do anything but try to go up, especially how technology is moving nowadays, and then how everything is. So all of my sources are going to be put in the comment box, so you can check out my sources. If you have any questions, concerns, please feel free to ask. If there's anything that you felt that I didn't answer or didn't touch on, let me know and I'll gladly answer it. But I'm happy to have done this topic. This was a great topic. I enjoyed doing the research on it. I enjoyed making this video. Yeah. Talk to you later, class.